Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about the latest action fantasy movie called The Princess, directed by this guy, starring Joey King in the lead role. Does it suck? Are you in luck? Stay tuned till the end to find out. Let's get into it. The plot of this movie is very inconsequential. They don't really rely on it too much, but hey, we're gonna talk about it. So it starts out like any average Disney movie. You got the main character, a heroine. She's locked in a tower because, why waste time being unique when you can follow the same formula as every other movie? Let's see if thy movie picks up, shall we? It turns out the princess is locked in this tower because her dad arranged for her to be married to somebody so he can ensure that the kingdom goes to somebody he trusts, since he doesn't have an heir. Since she has no love for the guy, she decides to walk away and leave him at the altar. Which, I mean, that's pretty understandable, but he's kind of a narcissist, so you can see how she ended up in the tower. In order to get out though, she has to John Wick her way, actually she's a girl, she has to Joanna Wick her way through a bunch of guys in medieval times. And that's practically all there is to know about the princess. When it comes to the character of the princess though, there's not much going on there. Does she kick butt? Of course she does. And Joey King actually does really well in action scenes. I was impressed by her considering this isn't a role that I've seen her take before. But when it comes down to her character actually having character, it's not really there. Most of her development ends up coming from flashbacks of a time and an age that we were never there for, which makes it really hard for me to care about her in any other capacity besides she's a bad butt and she kicks butt. Well, maybe there's another character within this movie that actually holds up. There's not. All of them are tropey cliches of characters we've seen before in medieval movies and any other type of movie in general. We have seen the overbearing father that thinks he's doing what's good for his daughter but actually isn't. We've seen the egomaniac, the narcissist that wants to take control of a building, of a population, of something. We've seen the little sister that wants to be just like her big sister and ends up putting herself in harm's way because of it. We've seen the mother that sits around and doesn't say anything even though she agrees with her daughter. She just sits there and allows everything to happen as if she doesn't even exist. We've even seen the mentor that basically only exists in order to get in some good fight scenes and establish the fact that this is why the main character can fight. The king that's too lenient and causes the entire uprising to happen and yet is not lenient when it comes to what he thinks his daughter should do. You've even got the evil goons that always underestimate the main character because they're a woman, and the harlot that the main antagonist is actually in love with. And you can say, well Trevor, those are just character tropes. That doesn't mean that's all them characters actually are. And that would be a fair argument, but not in this case. Because yes, those characters could fit inside that archetype and still have other personality traits, but not within this movie. They fit within those boundaries, and within those boundaries they stay, because they're just there to drive the plot forward. And if you expect anything else from them, if you expect to care about them or to think about them after the movie, you'd be wrong, because you have no reason to. They're not there for you, they're there for the plot. Well, since the main character doesn't really have much going for her besides the fact that she's a strong and independent woman, are the fight scenes at least worth watching? They are, and they're actually the only reason I enjoyed this movie, because the choreography within the fight scenes is really good. As long as you don't put thought into the fact that this girl is taking on an entire army of trained people while all she's had is some offhand lessons with somebody, you're gonna enjoy it. But given the fact that this movie is primarily just fight scenes, it does somehow end up getting boring after a while. Like when you watch her take on guys like they're absolutely nothing to her, and then she gets into a fight scene where the circumstances are actually within her favor, and then somehow she's having an issue this time, it doesn't make sense, and it really messed with me, because she would take on an entire gosh darn army like they are nothing and just get stabbed a couple times and walk it off. And then now she's in a fight with help by somebody who is supposed to be more powerful than her, and now she's having an issue, and that right there just killed it for me. All that does is add artificial stakes that don't hold up if you think about it, and add to the runtime by extending a fight and making it feel drawn out instead of exciting. And since I brought up her injuries, that is also something else I gotta talk about. She can be hurt wounded, people can even bring up the fact that they have something they could use for it, and then it's never brought up again. They never use the healing item, they never think about it, there's never consequences from it, which again, kills the stakes. All that being said, does this movie suck, or are you in luck? If all you want to do is see a bad butt woman kick butt, then this movie's for you. But if you're looking for a good story in a medieval setting, you're not going to find it here. If you're looking for competent character writing, you're not going to find it here. If you just want to see a strong independent woman be a strong independent woman, but this time she's back in the Middle Ages, well, here you go. But sadly, I can't really recommend it to anybody else, unless you're a Joey King fan, because oh buddy, she kicks major booty. If you made it this far and saved my booty from the YouTube algorithm just kicking it, thank you so much. Comment down below Sensei to the stars to confuse the ones that didn't. And if you get that reference, comment that too, because I'd love to know. I appreciate you. I hope you appreciate me. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and like always, have a good day. Thank you.